Hey and welcome to episode 2 of Road to the NZ Pro. So, we are in lockdown. So here in New Zealand, we're in our second lockdown. We've been pretty lucky. We've got away with not having a lockdown for quite a while, but we've found ourselves back into lockdown. So we're currently in day 5, and I'm currently 7 weeks out from the NZ Pro. I really felt for a lot of people going through prep through a lockdown. I know there's lots of people around the world that's been, especially like our neighbours in Australia, that have gone through some serious lockdowns in the last few months. And I've been really thinking about them and stuff. And so now to find myself in prep and in lockdown, I'm really experiencing it firsthand. But it's actually been going fine. So we've got a good little setup in our garage, which has been awesome. So we've got some, the main gear that we need, dumbbells, barbells, and some plates. And yeah, we're making it work. And this bench. Shout out to the fitness portal who lended us some gear before that we went into lockdown, which was really handy. So thank you so much for that, because it's been a godsend. And yeah, we've got some resistance bands too. So yeah, we're coping. It's going all right. I am sticking to the food, sticking to my cardio. So really it's just you can't control you can't worry about what you can't control. So at the moment it's just keeping the mindset, hitting the game, and I'm actually feeling good. So I thought today I'd take you through one of my workouts, so my booty session for, it's Sunday currently, and it's normally my leg day, so I'm going to be hitting leg day in the garage. So I thought I'd take you guys through that, and yeah, let's go. So I usually start my booty and hammy focused leg day with a seated leg curl. So this is my home workout edition of a seated leg curl. So I need Cam for this setup. I'm using bands here, so I'm getting him to put them around my ankles so that otherwise it's a little bit hard for me to reach, but he's actually sitting on a chair in front of me, and that's to make sure that there's enough resistance on that chair so that it doesn't come flying towards me when I do the exercise. But the main cues here are just to keep your chest up really tall and make sure your back's staying nice and neutral. And as you pull under, just making sure those knees aren't going like up and down too much as you both contract and extend your legs. This was actually a really good little burner for the beginning of my session and got my hammies quite pumped, which was good. But to make it a little bit harder each set, we just moved the chairs a little bit further away from each other, and it added more resistance. And yeah, I stayed in a higher rep range of around 15 to 20. The hip thrust, literally one of my favorite exercises. So I was so chuffed that I had some equipment, a barbell and a bench to be able to do this through lockdown. But the bench is a little bit higher than what I would normally use, which is why I've used the plates to bring my feet up a little bit. And I'm actually getting Cam to hand me that barbell just because there's too much of an angle for me to actually get it up off the ground. Normally I just roll it onto me and then come on up. So a few main cues here, without going into too much detail, but effectively just making sure you're keeping your spine nice and neutral. There's no massive arch or rounding through the spine, and pushing up heavily through the heels on the way up. It is a bit more of a complicated exercise, so it might be something I do a video on a little bit later. Moving in here to a finisher set. So you would have seen in my last video, if you've watched it. If you haven't, go check it out. But I really like to play around with matrix sets as finishers, and it just is where you play around with different rep ranges. So in this one, I'm doing top first, so 7 reps at the top, and then I do 7 full reps, and then I do 7 reps at the bottom, and my booty was on fire. This exercise is great for targeting your medial glutes. So for this one, we just want to make sure we're in quite a wide stance and our knees are following the midline of our toes. these split squats can be done in a couple of different ways depending on which muscle group you're targeting. So here I'm really wanting to focus on my glutes. So it's a bit more of a shorter movement is how I'll target my glutes. So I push back the hips and stay in a shorter range and driving in through the heel. The main difference between trying to get your quads or your glutes is how far away your foot is from the bench. So if you're wanting to target more quad, you'll bring your foot in a bit further, so you've got a bit more knee flexion. Whereas if you're trying to target your glutes, you'll generally take your foot out further so that you get more stretch and more contraction through the glute. Thank you so much for watching my episode lockdown edition. I'm doing everything I can while I'm in prep just to keep my head in the game, keep my mindset positive, and keep on keeping on. Just winning each day and focusing on each meal, each step, each training session as they come. And I'll see you guys really, really soon. As always, like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.